What is going on, guys and girls? Welcome back to Hippo Supercoach, and today it's the 1st of January, as you guys can see in the bottom right if you're watching on 1080. Happy New Year to all the Supercoach community. Hopefully a good year of Supercoach. My team has changed a fair bit. To be honest, I don't even know how much has changed because I can't even remember what my team was in the last video. I haven't checked, so C- for preparation for this video, but let's get into it. Alright, Nick Dacos, Sicily, Sheasel, Young, Williams, and a fucking no name. So, Nick Dacos, I think, look, I actually watched Supercoach Masters video. Highly recommend check that out if you haven't watched it already, because that the buy like tiers thing that they did, it's really handy, and it's kind of depressing because we're all kind of screwed. We can't pick all the players we want. I was literally not even thinking about the buys in my first video. So, yeah, living under a rock a bit. But yeah, so here we are. This is my adjusted team to the buys. So I've got a couple of non-negotiables at the moment. But like, it sounds weird, but I'm still open to changing those guys. So, okay, Nick Dacos is non-negotiable. I'm not picking him. I don't care when his buy is. I don't care if he has 20 buys in the season. He's staying in my team. And then Bond I've got at the moment in. However, I'm losing faith a little bit with him, only because he's had the off-season ankle surgery, I believe. My bad. Yeah, ankle surgery or something or other. So that's pretty bad, pretty big red flag. At that price point, obviously he did average 10 more points than the next highest mid, which is scary considering that was his first season as a mid only, really. And I don't think that will change. You know, maybe it will. I don't see any reason for it to change. So, yeah, Bond's a gun. But I am open to swapping him based on the price point and based on, I think he has one of the bad buys. So we've added Sheasel, and that's because he's got the very, very good buy, and that's only one buy. So, Sheasel and LDU. So we'll talk about Sheasel first now. I don't see his role changing. I think there's been some chatter about him going maybe forward. I don't see why that would be the case. I think, what did he average last year? 99.5. I think, the kid's in his second year. He's only going to get better. Yeah, Harry Sheasel, like, it's not someone I'd love to pick, but just based on that buy, yeah, I think it's pretty good. And no Zeeble down there now, no Aaron Hall. He probably gets all the kick-ins, which is scary. He could probably go 105, 110, something around that mark. Maybe even more. Like, he'll be like the next Jake Lloyd, no doubt about it. He'll take all the kick-ins, and yeah, hopefully be a good pick. I think I had Sicily in my last video. If I didn't, the dude's just the general back there. He doesn't man up on anyone. He just gets heaps of cheap ball. Not a cheap ball, but like, he'll just like, lurk around and take those intercept marks all game. Hopefully he doesn't have to play lockdown. I don't see why he would. I don't think they've made any changes to their back line, or none that I can think of anyway. So if anyone knows, let me know. But yeah, Sicily, pretty good price point for what he's capable of. He's capable of 170s. He's a VC option. The only thing with him is the suspension risk, because he is a bit of a fuckwit. So I think we all can agree on that. But yeah, look, it is what it is. He's in at the moment. And then Hayden Young, spoke about him before. He's got the good buys. So North and Freo have the good buys. So try and, I wouldn't say stock up on them, but I think Port as well. Port might have the good buy as well. So yeah. Yeah, so those three teams are ones that you probably need to look at. Who are we looking at next? So we've added Zach Butters just because of the buy. Look, I'm not super hot on him, but he did finish the season very well. So look, he'll be around the top 8 mark. Will he be exactly top 8? I'm not sure. I hope so. I'm not going to say he's only going to get better, because yes, he is young, but he had a bloody good year last year, and he only ended up averaging, what was it, 114. That's still good, obviously, but yeah, I think Butters will be a good pick. Like, he'll be a solid pick. I don't see him regressing unless he moves back into the forward line, which I don't see why that would be the case. And he's very fun to watch, super crafty. So I do like having players on my team that are fun to watch. Yeah, with LDU, look, he actually finished the season very well. He did burn me last year, if you guys followed my channel. But LDU finished like a house on fire. Seemed to get over his calf niggle. I think he had another injury. Like, he was very injury riddled last year. So got to give the man the benefit of the doubt a bit there. But yeah, LDU, like, he could really explode. Looks like fucking Chris Judd in his prime when he's on. So yeah, just an absolute bull. Like, you think of a bull player, that's who I think of. LDU just breaks through packs. Very exciting to watch as well. So yeah, I like having players that I like to watch in my team. And then Tom Green, I think I had him before. Sam Walsh and Tom Green. That, look, I think they've got the bad buy. But I just think Walsh, too much upside at that price point. First injury-free preseason. Apparently training the house down. And the dude, you know, his work ethic is very, very good. Probably should use a better word than good, but he's got an unreal work ethic. And yeah, I love watching him play. I love watching him train. Like, the way he runs, it's very inspirational. And he's sort of the player that will lift the team based on his work rate. So, yep, love having that. That midfield looks really good to me. Obviously, Sarong Brayshaw might come in, one of those two. I don't like the idea of starting both. If I had to pick one, it's probably Sarong, just because I think he'll be tagged less. I don't know if that's necessarily true. Anyway, moving on to the ruck. So I've added Grundy to Gawn and Grundy. Look, I think these are almost non-negotiable at this point. Grundy on that price, look, he's not the Grundy he was. We can't expect 130, but there is a chance he could go 120 plus. And if we don't pick him at 480k at a 120, even a 110, we're going to lose a lot of money. And he's the value pick of the season, no doubt about it. Sole ruck, nothing to worry about besides maybe injury. Yes, his form was pretty shit in his last year at Collingwood, but that was a very weird situation. I think a fresh start for Grundy would be good. So yeah, so I'm happy with Grundy. And then Gawn at 583k, he's the one that could go 130 quite comfortably as sole ruck. He gets that many hit outs to advantage. Yeah, scary time to not pick Gawn if you're thinking about going somewhere else. I think he outscores English this year. Big call, yes, I know. But at the end of the day, he is the king of Supercoach, Max Gawn. Especially like 2019, 2020, 2018, 2017. The dude's been a monster for so long, and I don't see any reason why he'd slow down. Yes, he's older, but even if he gives us 115 at that price, or one, I think he'll go 120 comfortably. I think his floor is genuinely 120 this year. So big raps from me on Gawn, but I think, you know, anyone could probably see that. And the forward line, well, fuck me, this is like so chalked. Flanders, Fisher, Billings, Reed, Caddy, McRae. Who knows how that's going to look? Look, I don't even want to talk about it, to be honest. I think we need to wait and see. This is like, forward line is just going to come down to pre-season. Absolutely pre-season. See what roles everyone has. Flanders is the only one that I think is probably safe in my team, just because we expect him to play mid. With that being said, Damien Hardwick has taken over the reins, and who knows, they might actually move Tuke Miller back in there, because fucked if I know why Tuke Miller was playing on the wing. So who knows, Damien Hardwick might have some sense and bring him back into the mid. Then who moves out? You know, it's not going to be Anderson or Rowell, I wouldn't have thought. So maybe they rotate those four, and then like maybe one or two other people every now and then. But yeah, I think those three should be the main mids: Miller, Anderson, and Rowell. So who knows how Flanders is going to fit into this new coaching system and whatnot. But yeah, and then Fisher hopefully gets a bit of the Sheasel ball. Don't expect him to take kick-ins, but if he plays back pocket, he should just rack up a bit of the ball, just uncontested, seagull sort of stuff. So yeah, hopefully he can make a bit of money for us, get to 500 odd. He'd probably be a keeper if he gets to 500 now, think about it. And then Jack Billings, fresh start, hopefully he gets a game. 240k, very, very cheap for what he's capable of. Used to be a primo back in the day. Obviously we're talking a few years back now. But definitely got some potential, and sort of like his last lifeline in the AFL system, I would have thought. But yeah, that's it for the video, guys. 64.9k in the bank. Not sure how I feel about it, to be honest. Team, I'm happy with the team in general and the structure. Obviously, still a lot to play out with the preseason and training reports, role reports, whatnot. I'm sure there'll be plenty of changing. But at the moment, this is how it looks. Hope everyone had a good New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, and see you in the next one.